All right, we are in St. Mary's, Georgia. This is the whole point of why we decided to come to Georgia, was for this event today. I grew up backpacking with my parents at Cumberland Island. We would go like every summer and go camp for a week, and it was awesome, great memories there. So now we're taking my family, and what's cool is that my parents came from Houston, so they're going over on the old Cumberland Queen ferry. We're gonna board soon, and we're gonna go spend the day over there, go see some sights, and yeah, should be a good time.
Our first stop on the island was to see the ruins of the mansion Dungeness. This property was purchased by Revolutionary War hero Nathaniel Greene and his wife in the late 1700s with the hope of establishing a cotton plantation. Unfortunately, Nathaniel Greene died shortly thereafter, but his widow built a large 4-story tabby mansion on these grounds. Later, during the War of 1812, it was used as headquarters by the British forces. Thomas and Lucy Carnegie purchased this property in the late 1880s. After Thomas Carnegie's death, his widow Lucy replaced the Tabby House with this impressive 59-room mansion, which was later destroyed in 1959. After a brief history lesson at the Catherine Green Miller Cemetery, we decided to explore the salt marshes. Cumberland Island has so much biodiversity. It's not uncommon to see fiddler crabs, alligators, armadillos, and here a little glimpse of the wild horses that roam the island. The wild horses are not actually indigenous to the island, but the Carnegies brought their horses and their pigs throughout the late 1800s and 1900s. Now we have a pretty significant feral hog and wild horse population. From there, we decided to have a little picnic on the beach and let the kids swim for a couple hours before we started our hike north along the beach up to Sea Camp Dock.
Gunny, what did you find?
A giant buoy! Daddy, can you help me up here? Mommy, can you help me up?
Help you up there? Where do you think that thing came from?
What?
Where do you think it came from? You are full of ideas, kid. They're not all good.
Is this one a good one?
Is it cool in there? Got some sea turtle tracks.
Can me and you follow it? That's okay.
Yeah.
She's going that way. Oh no, she's in the ocean.
Coming back out. Got Jeff carrying packs and kids all the time. How are you doing?
Another one. Oh, here it goes. What did I say?
We're finding all sorts of treasures on the beach. What do we have?
Daddy! He's a yellow cat.
All the seashells, all the horseshoe crabs, all the dead crabs, some shrimp, dead bird, lots of stuff.
Cumberland Island is the largest sea island in Georgia. It's 17.5 miles long, coming in at about 36,000 acres. It's got a very interesting ecosystem with the beach, with these sand dunes, a live oak forest, and salt marshes to the west. In the 1960s, the Carnegies were working with the developer of Hilton Head Island to actually develop what is now this national seashore into a tourist mecca. They had plans for an 18-hole golf course, tourist shops with tchotchkes along the boardwalk. They were even going to build a bridge that connected Cumberland Island to mainland Georgia. The bill that designated Cumberland Island as a national seashore was signed into law by President Richard Nixon on October 23, 1972. So that effectively put all plans of development to rest.
Y'all, I'm going to show you how we used to backpack when I was a kid. So these were the campsites. I mean, they're so beautiful. You get these live oaks and this canopy. Little area for your tent back there. Little fire pit. We'd store all of our food in there, and then we'd hang, something just tried to fly in my ear. We'd hang our backpacks and stuff up there so nothing could get into it. We did not have those back in the day. That's a nice little addition. Super handy. Set up our screen houses. And yeah, we would come down here in the summer and do this for a week, and it was awesome. Some of my absolute favorite memories down here.
For old time's sake, I decided to swing by the old bathhouse where I took many cold showers with frogs as a kid. And then before we made our way to Sea Camp Dock to catch the ferry, we ran into one more friend.
I thought you see, look at his face. You see his eyes right there on the side? And you have that little black going behind his eyes? That shows that it's a water moccasin.
It's the biggest I've ever seen.
Pause it now so then we can send it to the wave guys.
The ranger station know that it's here so that they can
If they can
Kill it.
okay, let me try to move it. Yeah. Well, no, they won't kill us. They'll take it to the north end of the island, away from campers.
Grandma was showing me some magic. She has found it on the boil sitting in the water. And you heard it.
All right, we're done. Our day at Cumberland Island is over. Getting back on the ferry. Heading out of here. It's a good time. Well, thanks for tagging along with us on our trip to Cumberland Island. I highly suggest if you're in the area around Jacksonville, Florida, southern Georgia, definitely make the trip. It's a great place to visit. If you're intrigued about the history of Cumberland Island, I highly suggest this book, Untamed by Will Harlan. It's the story of the wildest woman in America and the fight for Cumberland Island. Subtitle. It's available on Amazon. Not very expensive. It is a great nonfiction book that gives you a really interesting look at the history of the island and all the players that have been a part of that history. So until next time, take care.